Hi, I'm Matty Spades. Thanks for joining us. Today we're going to make chicken saltimbocca and salad with my signature dressing, and I hope you like it. Okay, I'm going to run you down some of the ingredients real quick. This is just for the salad. All I got in here is baby spinach and romaine. Over here, a lot of people use Marsala cooking wine. I'm using Cabernet Sauvignon. You're going to find that this is a very versatile recipe, and there's a lot of ways to do it. Mushrooms, baby carrots, fresh sage, rosemary. Here I'm using provolone honey baked ham. Oscar Mayer, nothing crazy. Prosciutto traditionally and Asiago traditionally. Here you can use any type of green. I like to use two of them, some frozen peas and some cut asparagus. For our chicken, which is traditionally a veal dish, I'm going to use the scallopini type thin cut chicken breast because they're easier, they're faster, they cook well. You don't have to slice them open. You can just fold them over and it makes it cook faster. The rest of this here is just for my signature salad dressing. Back here in the back hiding, we've got dill, rice vinegar because it's not so strong as regular vinegar. I've got some heavy cream, salt, and some simple syrup, just 2-3 teaspoons or tablespoons of sugar, and what to mix it in. And then if you'll follow me over here, we got our baby red potatoes, half oil, half butter mixed in there real well. They'll be cooking under foil while I'm up on the stovetop. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do, everybody's hungry. Let's get them a salad. I went ahead and chopped up some garlic right here. You could go ahead and pulverize it and get it down. It's about 4 cloves there. You can pulverize it just like Bobby Flay and Rachel Ray and Mario Batali and all those guys. But you know, I like my peanut butter chunky. I like my garlic that I can actually feel between my teeth. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and throw in some heavy cream. I do not use measurements. I've done this a lot of times, and basically I'm going for a specific flavor. I use the rule of thirds more or less when I'm eyeballing my heavy cream that I just put in. My rice vinegar, I'm going to use probably about 1/3 of what I used in cream, thereabouts. Okay, and then on my simple syrup, there's about 3 tablespoons of sugar in here, and I'm going to use probably about the same amount of vinegar that I just used. Then I'm going to take dill weed. All right, now your dill, people are scared of dill. All right, it's an overpowering flavor to put in anything, but I'm not scared of dill. Use a lot of dill. It's good. It's good in there, especially if you let it sit, marinates, sit in the fridge overnight. Turns out it'll be really, really good. Get about a pinch of salt, probably about a teaspoon, maybe a little more. Saltimbocca. That's a little bit creamier than I like it, but I don't know whether I got to add more vinegar or add more of the simple syrup. Actually, let me see here. I'll tell you in a second. Okay, I'm pretty close. We don't want it to be too sweet because you go too sweet on it. You know, we're not making candy. We just want it to be just barely, just a little pinch of sweet. So I'm going to add just a pinch more vinegar there. And that's probably just about right. Usually I just go ahead and take that whole thing and dump it right on the salad. But in this case, we'll just spoon it onto an individual salad. Yeah, it's okay. Now I'm going to walk you through the process how we do this. But first off, just stay where you're at. I'm going to come over here, get this pan heated up right about here. Let that get heated up. My wife taught me that one. She's our film master. Let it get heated so we don't burn the olive oil, and we'll throw that in. Now, most everything I learned from her. She learned between her mom, the cooking channel. She's Hungarian, got a lot of good cooking skills. But me, I'm just a humble eater, and I do love food. What I've done is I've halved some regular slices of provolone. Okay, I've found provolone being a not so strong that it actually overpowers the rest of the meal. All right, I'm going to take my thin sliced chicken. I got my folded up ham and my cheese, and I'm just going to go ahead and tuck it just like that and bread it. It's that simple. Don't worry about if your cheese and your ham is sticking out. Doesn't matter how you do it. Once you get this going, you're going to end up setting these off to the side. Come back, do another one. Ham, cheese. Set it inside. Oh, almost forgot something. All right, hold on just a second. We'll go ahead and get that one set down. This is where our sage comes into play. Okay, I am not a pro, so I'm allowed to make mistakes, and you are too. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. I take one single leaf, okay, of sage, and I tuck it right inside there. Now, if you want to go big, and you got some big eaters, and you don't mind waiting, you can can go ahead and slice open some fat. You can slice open some fat chicken breasts and do this. This is how traditionally it's done, just like a cordon bleu or anything else. I just found that by folding them, having that thin slice cooks faster. So if you got a big guy and he's hungry, cook like 3 or 4. At this point, I'll go ahead and start transferring these into the pan. We got 10 of them, by the way. That's enough to feed a hungry family of 5 or a reasonably hungry family of 6 if you're doing the scallopini style chicken. Okay. It already starts to smell good. We don't even have the garlic in there yet. That's the next thing to go in. Now, as soon as I have my last one in, that's my indicator for getting this set up for potatoes. So what we're going to do, I'm going to set my potatoes up. Get this pan out of here, excuse me. Okay, what I'm doing right now, we'll go ahead and salt this side. I'm using about half of my chopped garlic, okay? That's it. I want to save the other half so I get some fresh garlic flavor towards the end. Alright, that's going pretty good. Should be browning pretty good on the second side. Yeah, that's all we need. We just need it to be nice and golden. Everything's set up here real nice and brown. I'm going to go ahead and take the 2 sprigs of rosemary that Petra just got out of the garden, and I'm going to stick them, the whole thing's right inside on top of the potatoes. That way you don't have the hard rosemary, but you got the flavor and the aroma as they're baking. Necessity is the mother of all invention. Here, I'm using a bacon splatter guard for my steamer because the rack that we have, the asparagus will fall right through it. This way I can steam, roll it right off, I can put the lid on top of it. Alright. Now comes my favorite part. Start getting that wine in there. Okay? The reason that you needed a lot of olive oil to begin with is because when you pour the wine in, it needs to kind of coagulate, to thicken and become a sauce. If you don't have enough olive oil in there, even after the wine reduces, you're going to have more wine. Everything's going to be purple instead of a brownish color. Of course, you can always add a little bit of flour to thicken it up. Start turning this over. I went ahead and reduced the heat down to a low heat. Low to medium. We still want this to simmer pretty good so it reduces well. Okay, you know you're good. Make sure your chicken's not sticking. We don't want sticking chicken. Then, come on top, a whole bunch of mushrooms. Now check first, make sure your guests aren't allergic to mushrooms. And if they're not allergic and they just don't like them, tell them to suck it up. Because this dish needs mushrooms. Okay, in order to taste right, it's gotta have mushrooms. Check on these potatoes real quick. Yeah, that's looking good. We're going to make sure get a little bit of salt on there. Okay, just a little bit. So remember, potatoes eat up that salt too. As Saltimbocca goes, the garlic's going to finish us off right there. I'll mix that around a little bit. Okay, little spoon's fine. Just get it where you want it. Make sure it's kind of well spread. That sauce to flow over it. This way we got some good fresh garlic flavor in there. And if you're like me, and a lot of people who like food, you like garlic. Take our peas, we're going to throw them over the top just like that. I've went ahead and reduced this to almost nothing on the heat. And we'll throw these carrots on top. And I've already went ahead and steamed the carrots. And all that does is really add some color. Of course, gives a little flavor as well. Okay, you want to salt these while they're sweating. If you look real close, you can see those little beads of sweat coming out of the asparagus from the steam. Okay, we've got our finished product. We've got our red potatoes that have been cooking in bay and some olive oil butter mix. Right here we've got our chicken Saltimbocca with our baby carrots and our small peas on top, and then we've got some asparagus right on top of that. Got our mushrooms in there. And I tell you what, I'd like to thank you for coming out here today and for watching me do this, and I hope you join us next time. Thanks again.